Okay, what's up, everybody? You know who I am. We're live and direct another Sunday, and it's not Meet the Press. I'm live here. We're going to talk about three things today. We're going to talk about the wall. We're going to talk about the elections in Nigeria that's been postponed, and we're going to talk about Ilhan Omar. Now, check this out. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the wall. Number one, we do not need a wall in the United States. We don't need to appropriate any money for a wall in the United States. That's just a waste of time. Here's why. You have enough technology that's out here that our folks can use to track down illegal immigrants that's crossing the border. Okay? This whole wall thing is a boondaggle. It's foolishness. It's ridiculous. And it's all about contracts. All this stuff about national security and all this nonsense, I don't buy that. Period, point blank. You guys can sit up here and believe that people are building, that Trump want to build a wall for national security to keep out illegal people from crossing the border. It is the biggest hype I've seen in a very long time. If you want to believe that wall hype, you might as well believe that Santa Claus is coming to town in the middle of February during Black History Month, because that's what you believe in, fairy tales. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is sitting here telling you guys about 42 million Latin Americans are going to invade the United States. That's not what the Gallup poll said. The Gallup poll took an opinion poll, ladies and gentlemen, about a certain percentage that added up to 42 million Latin Americans that wanted to possibly relocate to the United States. That doesn't mean they're going to relocate or invade our borders. That is just a bunch of nonsense. It's all about the Benjamins, as my good sister Ilhan Omar said. Speaking of Ilhan Omar, I don't know what in the hell is the problem with the Democratic Party trying to, making her apologize because she said AIPAC was influencing elections. Now, for those who don't know, back in 2002, you had former Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney of Georgia was running against newcomer Denise Majette. No, the Jews didn't like Cynthia McKinney, and they didn't like her father, who was a longtime state legislator. They didn't like him because of the positions of what Jews have done in American politics. They didn't like that position. So these groups like AIPAC and their affiliates got behind Denise Majette and pushed Cynthia McKinney out of office. And they are notorious for doing those types of things in American politics. So what Ilhan Omar, Congresswoman Omar, was saying was absolutely 100% the truth. But you had all these people like Nancy Pelosi and friends coming down on her because 70% of Jewish Americans in this country vote for the Democratic Party. But they only vote for the Democratic Party because of their position on Israel. Now, understand that AIPAC has influence in both Democratic and Republican parties. And so they position themselves to strengthen Israel. Isn't it amazing how the Jewish lobby can convince our politicians to swindle the American taxpayers out of so many billions of dollars to support their infrastructure in the state of Israel, with universal health care and their military defense and things like that? And we are still, while they have universal health care, we are still debating about health care in the United States. Isn't it crazy? But that's the influence of AIPAC. And that's what Congresswoman Omar was trying to say. You had all these black folks coming against her, all these black men talking about they need to focus on their district and things like that. Well, black man, you need to stand up for your sister when she's telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's very important. And the reason why we need to stand up for our sisters, especially in politics, when they're standing on right, is because you know they're already going to be attacked because they're black and a woman. So we need, as black men, we need to stand up for our sisters, especially in Congress, who are teaching and telling the truth. Sisters like Congresswoman Omar. If it was up to me, she would get a Lifetime Achievement Award for standing up against crooks like AIPAC. Yeah, I said it, crooks. Because they swindle us out of our tax dollars, lobby and swindle us to support their infrastructure in Israel, as opposed to building themselves up. Now, if we had a lobby that was for Nigeria or Ghana or Rwanda, and we had a lobby where we're swindling $5 billion to build the infrastructure of Rwanda or Nigeria or Zimbabwe or the DRC or Ghana or Kenya, you would call that theft. You'll be sitting on CNN and Fox News crying the blues about my taxpayer dollar. So when it goes to a black country, you cry about a taxpayer dollar. You cry about your dollars. But when it goes to Israel, you're comfortable with that. And that, my friend, is the spirit of hypocrisy. So what I'm saying is, we need to, when people like Ilhan Omar stands up and speak out against the wall, speak out about the atrocities that are going on in Venezuela, and speak out against AIPAC's dealings with the political lobby, we need to stand behind our good sister. Period, point blank. Whether you agree or disagree, I personally don't give a damn, because I'm telling the truth on this program this evening. Nigeria. What in the hell is going on in my country? I don't know. You want to postpone the elections. Jesus Christ. Why are you postponing an elections? You claim it's something logistical. Now, I was just informed that the churches in Nigeria are pissed off, and they're telling their congregation to go vote for Atiku. My God in heaven, you really want the giant of Africa to dissolve. That's what's going to happen. You have you have pastors of these churches telling their congregation this. Let me say this for the record. I agree with a total and fair election system in Nigeria, but we must come to the 21st century when it comes to these types of things that's going on in Nigeria. Elections, if we can't get something as simplistic as an election system together in Nigeria, then what the hell are we fighting for in the Nigerian diaspora? We got election issues. We have corruption. We got bad schools. We have bad infrastructure. We got bad roads. We have men who are in leadership roles that are caught in the 19th century in the 21st century world. You have restrictive of women's rights and things of that nature. I can understand if you were using the Singapore rule. The Singapore rule is that the former Prime Minister of Singapore, he ruled that country with an iron fist, but he allowed foreign investors and had a system that was surrounded by career technical education, which you guys call vocational education. He had a system in place where he built the country from the ground up into an economic powerhouse. We have not done that in Nigeria. Now, we're in the 21st century. First of all, it makes no damn sense for 76 people to run for president. What the hell's going on in Nigeria? 76 people running for president in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, instead of getting behind one candidate to take on APC or the PDP. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to do better in the diaspora. And I'm gonna say this live on this broadcast on Sunday. If we want to change Nigeria, whether it's its election process to the country itself, it starts right here in the good old United States of America, with our Nigerian American brothers and sisters laying out the blueprint to make Nigeria better. It starts with us. If you're trying to change our country from within, you're subject to being killed. We can change the direction. Here's an example, what I'm talking about. If you look at what happened in South Africa, You had a group called Trans-Africa. That was Randall Robinson. That was based here in the United States. They led the effort to eliminate apartheid in South Africa. We have never tried a process to eliminate corruption here, to take the corruption here to eliminate in Nigeria. It's up to us to change the direction of Nigeria, period. Our diaspora is counting on us here. It's inexcusable for the elections to be postponed for whatever reason. It's just nonsense. And we have to come to the 21st century. You can't call yourself the giant of Africa, and you got countries like Rwanda and Ethiopia and Kenya doing better than the giant of Africa. We got to do better as Nigerians. We have to stop praying. We have to stop, not what I mean by stop praying, everything doesn't require prayer. Sometimes you got to get up off your black ass and just do it, okay? And that's just real talk. We pray and party too much. Stop praying and partying too much. Start investing in communities both here and over there. I got Inkster, Michigan. 6 square miles for Nigerians to invest. And you guys got the nerve to tell me about what the crime rate right. Damn it, you're from Nigeria. You tell me what the crime rate is like. If you want to eliminate crime, bring economic development into the damn city. Don't be lecturing me about no damn crime. You get in here, buy some land, and make some things happen. Period, point blank. All this nonsense, all this other nonsense that you're talking about is just foolishness. So the wall is a joke. Trying to slander Ilhan Omar is a joke. And delaying the elections in Nigeria is a joke. This is me, one more time, broadcasting live from Romulus, Michigan. Peace.